It's like the Wild West meets South Korea with like a little bit of like Game of Thrones. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda Song, and today we're going to talk about the Korean drama Mr. Sunshine. With just 4 episodes left, I'm sure many of you, like myself, are dying to know what's gonna happen next. Who will live and who will die? And are the 2 main characters going to end up together? Mr. Sunshine is #1 in its time slot in South Korea. It's a very popular show and also a little bit controversial. It's kind of that situation where the people who love the show absolutely love the show, and the people who don't like the show, they just don't get it. They can't understand why people like it. In case any of you haven't seen Mr. Sunshine yet, it's a Korean historical drama based on the events leading up to the Japanese colonization of Korea, and it stars Lee Byung and Kim Tae-ri. It is available on Netflix, and it updates every weekend with 2 new episodes. Among the critiques of Mr. Sunshine are that it's slow and boring and it's hard to follow the storyline. Well, hello, that's true with any historical drama. Historical dramas are kind of meant to make you slow down a little bit and actually focus on the storyline and actually think about the events that are happening. As someone who has watched dozens of Korean dramas, like, it's much deeper than like just a typical Korean drama. Mr. Sunshine, which was produced by the creators of Descendants of the Sun. Much like Descendants of the Sun, it focuses on a larger social issue, with the romance being kind of like a side dish. At the heart of it, it is a historical drama. It focuses on things that Koreans are still kind of struggling with internally and externally to this day, which is how do they address both the Koreans and the Japanese who took part in selling Korea, who took part in allowing Chosun to become a Japanese colony. That's represented by the character Lee Won-ik in Mr. Sunshine, but I believe there was more than just one person who was actually involved in that. In Mr. Sunshine, they keep referring to Korea as Chosun. Before the Korean War divided North and South Korea, it was just one country, and it was in the Chosun dynasty. It had been in the Chosun dynasty for about 500 years, up until the point that Japan annexed and began colonizing Korea. There's a lot of tension between American, Japanese, and Koreans in Mr. Sunshine, and so one of the main themes of the show is surrounding like the rebellious army, and it's about the Koreans fighting for their freedom, like their sovereignty. Actually, I studied this time period of Korean history in college, and even after I graduated, I read a lot about this. Min-jin Lee's popular book Pachinko, which came out last year, it also focuses on, much of the book focuses on this time period of the Japanese colonization of Koreans and kind of forcing Koreans to adopt Japanese laws, Japanese money, Japanese language, even Japanese names. During this time period, as colonizers, the Japanese did what any colonizers would do, which was murdering of innocent civilians, raping women, looking down on Koreans, using hurtful, mean words. And that's what any colonizer would do. That's obviously not specific to Japan. The point is, like, this show kind of forces Koreans to relive this dark, disturbing period of their history. So I can understand why many Koreans watching this show might be uncomfortable with that. And I can understand why it would be a little bit controversial. This is a sensitive issue from Koreans and Japanese, kind of similar to the way slavery is a very sensitive issue in America among Black and white Americans. But some of the things that I love so much about this show are, aside from the gorgeous actors and actresses, are that the characters are well written, they have deep lives, they have background histories that tie them together in very intriguing ways and in kind of uniquely Korean ways. There's a concept of like Han in Korea, which is basically like bitterness, or maybe like resentment. I'm not like 100% sure, but supposedly Koreans kind of carry around this Han, and I feel like that's definitely emphasized in Mr. Sunshine. The way everyone wants revenge, everyone has been wronged in some way, and they want to get back at someone else. It's a very intriguing and intense, it's like the Wild West meets South Korea with like a little bit of like Game of Thrones. Now, as an American watching this show, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was incredibly like creative, well written. The plot is so deep, and like all the characters' lives are entangled with each other. If you're an American and you don't really know about or care about all of this historical drama, you can still enjoy the show because it's action-packed. There's a lot of guns, glory, and romance, and a lot of sad endings. Now that we're 4 episodes from the end, they're starting to kill off characters like crazy. Mr. Sunshine is shot in a widescreen, so the cinematography is really gorgeous and a little bit more like artistic than just a traditional TV drama. Also in traditional Korean dramas, there's a strong emphasis on the male-female romance, and that's pretty much the center of the drama. If you were expecting them to kiss by episode 8, like in most Korean dramas, dream on. That is not happening. Kim Tae-ri's character Ae-sin is a strong woman, and she prioritizes the destiny of Chosun over her man.